What is going on, y'all? Jason over here at Cog Hill Farm. I hope you guys are having the best day ever. You hear Joe snorting? He's just a snorting. He's in full rut. Now, I had a lot of y'all ask me, how long does their rut last? And it just depends. It varies. It really does. Y'all just see, I see Peaches. She is all the way out. All right, there's the barn, right? And look, there is Peaches. And she is moving, y'all. Peaches is on a mission this morning, right there. The boss lady getting her steps in this morning, ain't she? Oh my gracious, I love that girl. But it's hard for me to tell you how many weeks or whatever they're in rut because it just varies. Good morning, Mac, Cheese, Ryan, the crew. How y'all doing this morning? How y'all doing this morning? I get y'all some scratch out here this morning? Oh goodness. I tell y'all, this netting fencing, it will sure enough cause you to fall if you don't pay attention. All right, we're gonna get y'all a little bit of scratch this morning, a little snack. Yeah. They have really done a number on this area, y'all. My gracious, they have worked this spot. We'll be moving these guys sooner than I thought. They have really done a number on it. Good morning, good morning, good morning, girls. What's going on, Dolly, Cotton? How you girls doing? All right, I'm gonna check the eggs this morning, okay? Thank you. All right, 20 eggs this morning. Good deal. Good deal. I know the other day I talked about how, sorry girl, sorry. I know the other day I talked about how chickens have a laying cycle. And then in the early spring or late spring, early summer, it starts to peak. And then as the summer continues, it'll start going down a little bit, just gradual. And come fall and winter, it had dropped way down. And how your chickens may not lay as many eggs in the fall and winter months as they did in the spring and summer months. And that's just their natural cycle. And the main reason for that is the good old sunlight. Chickens need sunlight to lay eggs. That's one of the biggest elements to their egg production. It's crazy, I know, but it is. Now, I had several people reach out to me and also comment that, you can put an artificial light in your coop. You can even put it on a timer, and that will help your chickens lay eggs or lay more eggs during those months. And that may be true. Now, many years ago, and this was a long time ago, I don't even think we had a YouTube channel at the time. We tried the artificial light thing, and it really, or for us, we really couldn't see that much difference, honestly. As we learned more and more about farming and chickens and homesteading and that kind of thing, and this is just us and our philosophy and how and what we think. And I know everybody's different. I preach that all the time. Each farm and homestead is different, and you always do what's best for you. But for us, the artificial light in the coop, you know, I feel like the girls need a break, and that's why they're created like this. So we kind of like their natural cycle of things. We don't do the artificial light. If you did do it, I would definitely put it on a timer. I wouldn't leave it on all the time. That would not be good for the girls whatsoever, or boys if you got a rooster. But we just like the natural cycle of things and want to give our girls a break. They've been working hard all spring and summer for us, early fall. And so that's why we don't do the artificial light in our coop. All right, ladies. Thank y'all for these 20 eggs this morning. Good morning, Nuggo. How you doing, partner? Miss Goldie. Y'all doing all right this morning? Good to see y'all out and about. What are you doing this morning, Slick? How you doing, sir? You doing okay? You gonna fall off the darn hay bale now. Watch yourself. Watch yourself. We don't need that. I don't need you to lose or waste one of your lives on slipping off that hay bale. I was about to ask about you, girl. I was. Where is Biscuit? And there she is, right there. Biscuit, we gotta get these eggs carton, girl, and get them out there on the farm stand this morning. What are you doing, honey? Oh, y'all drinking this morning. Okay. Getting you a little bit of water this morning, aren't y'all? You getting you some water this morning, baby? You getting you some water? So there's something else that I wanted to explain a little bit this morning. Y'all can see the silkies are out. And I talked about how I thought about maybe leaving the silkies over here because they're doing... Look, y'all look at Peaches. I don't know what that girl... I don't think persimmons are ready yet. Oh, she's going to... Never mind. But I talked about, I thought about leaving the silkies over here because they're doing such a good job at cleanup over here. So y'all, they don't actually technically... Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. You doing okay this morning? You doing okay, sir? Good to see you. I was talking about the silkies, my man. Yeah, I'm talking about the silkies. Yeah. But they don't technically... Hey, Boots and Bo, y'all don't mess with my camera. Don't mess with my camera, okay? Yeah, don't mess with the camera. But they don't technically eat the manure. They scratch it out and scratch it around and spread it out, which is great. Hey, Jess. It is... Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Jessie with the block. Jessie with the block. You blocked Honey off? Look at the size difference between these two things. Oh, goodness. But they scratch it out, and what they're doing is they're looking for any type of little, almost like a little microgreen, you could almost call it, come up, or bugs. So they're looking for larvae, bugs, anything they can find in there, and they really do help with fly control. And that's what I meant with that. I bet the fly population has diminished some since they've been out and about over here. So they're not really technically eating the manure. They're just scratching it out, spreading it out, and getting the bugs and any type of sprout that comes up. And I love the fact that they're silkies, and so I don't have to worry about them flying up and roosting on my fence and maybe pooping in the waterers or in the feed buckets or anything like that, or causing a big mess, which has never occurred to me. This was all pretty much by chance, really, honestly. And some asked, why do I even have the roosters? Why don't I just get rid of the roosters and just have hens over here on the silkies? Y'all, I love roosters. I know maybe a lot of people don't like the roosters crowing in the background, but I absolutely love the sound of roosters. I really do. I mean, to me, when you hear that rooster, you automatically think farm. And over here by the barn, you hear the roosters over here. I don't know, I just love them. There's old Peach. What are you doing, girl? Peaches says she likes the roosters too. Oh, but also roosters kind of have a soft spot in our hearts, kind of like black cats do, because most people do not want roosters. They get cold, they get thrown out, they get left behind. And, you know, if you got a really mean one, you know, that draws blood and is terrible, I totally understand and completely get it. So if they're not causing any harm or not hurting anybody or hurting any other animals, yeah, they'll pretty much will have a forever home here on our farm. Now we have rehomed roosters. For instance, was Tiny Tim. He just got way too aggressive, way too aggressive. But we found him a good home. We found him a good home. But I think we got, I don't know, 5 or 6 silky roosters over here. But they really don't do anything. They don't. So a few weeks ago, I'm not quite for sure how long, maybe a month ago now, y'all. But y'all know that we found, and I've been wanting one, and that was that antique buggy or wagon. Found that at a friend of ours that owns an auction house called Angie's Auction. And we went and picked it up, and while we were there, we saw some other pieces there, right? Well, after we got home and got that wagon set up the next day, and I loved the way it looked, we called Mr. Bowe back and told him that we wanted that antique rake. Don't sell it. We'd go ahead and pay for it then. That stuff's been sitting there a pretty good minute, and he had really, really slashed the pricing on it way, 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 way down. And it kind of, on one hand, I'm glad that that happened because we just got an unbelievable deal on it all. But also a little sad that nobody really wanted it. I don't know. I don't know. But regardless, I told him we wanted it, and he set it off to the side for us, and we just hadn't had a chance to go over there and get it. And so today we're gonna run over there, go pick up that antique hay rake, and see if there's anything else there that I think we making have here on the farm. Because like again, he's really cut the prices way back on that stuff. Get it back over here on the farm, and let's see where we can maybe can put some of these pieces. I just think it. Number one, I'm saving these antique farm pieces for sure from going to the scrap metal pile or junkyard or just sitting there and rotting away. And I think it just makes our farm have a little bit more character. Speaking of character, either Jesse or Honey out there talking to somebody. I think it was Honey. Jesse's eating grass. I do need to get these eggs out to the farm stand though first. Well, I just missed Brooke over here. I wanted to catch her milking this morning, and she's too fast for me. Too fast. All right, I got to put these freezer packs in the freezer so they'll be ready for tomorrow. Also, we still haven't heard anything from anyone about the fire. Don't know what caused it, nothing like that yet. So we are still waiting on that information, and as soon as we learn anything whatsoever, I'll let you guys know. We also have not heard back from our business insurance to see if they may help with any of the losses, even though it was off-site. Again, we had several insurance owners or ex-owners or ex-brokers tell us that there should be some compensation for that. So we're still waiting on that as well. And we just can't thank you guys for everything, just for the support. Now, we did have several people reach out to us and say that they would love to start some type of donation thing, like a GoFundMe or anything like that. And y'all, thank y'all for that gesture. We really, me, our family, Ryan, his family, we cannot thank y'all enough for that gesture. But we're not going to do that. We're just going to see how all this plays out, and it is what it is, and no handouts and or no, you know what I mean. We just thank y'all for that. And if for some reason y'all do see something out there that's a GoFundMe or some type of donation for us, please let us know, because it's not us. I know there's a lot of scammers out there, and somebody may jump on an opportunity to scam some people. So let us know if you do see something like that. And again, from the bottom of our hearts, thank y'all. Right, Sheriff? Right, buddy? That's right. Almost all of it's still here. So that's what we're after. Yeah. The rate. Anything else? Anything else? Did it? That one sold. So this one is some kind of way. It's broken. This one's sold. This cedar sold. All right, so I know I'm definitely getting this piece here. Definitely getting this piece. I love this piece. But there's kind of torn on some other stuff. I do like one of these plows though, like that. I like the plow right there. Might get one of those plows. Maybe both of them, we'll see.
Heave!
Video on this?
I might or might not be. It's just digging. Got it up there.
Ready to make $100 an hour.
Y'all, we got it loaded up. I got 2 plows and the rake, and I'm excited to have it. I looked at everything else and I really didn't see nothing that tripped my fancy. That was the only things that I saw that I really liked. But we're headed back to the farm with the stuff, and I got some ideas where I may want to put some of it. Some of it may be just put away for future use in certain garden spots once we get them built, probably this fall. But I am happy to have them, and I think they're going to add a little bit more character to the farm, and y'all know, make it look like Cog Hill Farm lives there. All right, y'all, we're back from Angie's auction, and we got to get these implements unloaded. These antique farm, and I don't think I got into what I got. I got 3 pieces, and I can't thank Bo enough over there at Angie's auction, because he gave us an unreal deal on these pieces of farm equipment. He did. Trust me when I tell you guys, he really gave us a great deal. I think I got an idea where I may want. What is Loretta doing? There ain't no telling. But I think I got an idea where I want to take one of these plows, y'all. And let me show you. So let me show y'all where I'm thinking I want to put that one implement. And I've been trellising roses again. You can see I got my step ladder over here, and I'm just keep wrapping her around up. Y'all can see we have started on the wire down there on the end. We have started on the wire. And y'all know we planted these plants in here this year, or this spring actually, because we had nothing in here. And for whatever reason, well, I'm gonna tell you why. Time got the better of me, and it got hot real quick, and I just wasn't able to finish this out right here. And I'm also gonna tell you this: we planted the native blueberries, the Ryan's pink mum, and some salvia, right? Well, everything's doing great except these native blueberries. They do not like it here whatsoever. They don't. You can see the Ryan's pinks going crazy. Salvia's going crazy. The blueberries, they are struggling. Really struggling with this spot. I'm not going to plant them over here. I'm not. And I'm going to remove these, and I'm going to transplant them to somewhere else on the farm. But getting back to this spot right here though, right here, I think that plow will look pretty cool right in here. And then I can plant some plants around it. Maybe some black-eyed Susies, maybe some cone flowers, even some, I like lantana. I know a lot of people don't like lantana, but I really do like lantana. I think that plow would look really cool right here. I really do. It would take up a good bit of space. It'd give this area some character with the roses coming over, and I think that's the perfect spot for it. I was talking to Bo and the gentleman, Freddie, that helped us load everything up. And Freddie actually used those when he was a young man. And I can't imagine a mule pulling that heavy plow. I really can't, especially if we had ground like I got here. Whew, man. And You know, and the person standing behind it, like Mr. Freddie. Hey, those people right back in them days, like Freddie, they wasn't scared to work back in them days. Woo! And again, I'm going to clear coat and preserve this so it doesn't just rot and rust away. But let me show y'all something cool that I found. All right, on the back of the plow here, it says SCP Company, number 6. And look at this elaborate, probably give me a piece of chalk, but it looks like it's showing up pretty good. This elaborate detail here, and I'm guessing that's probably the logo of the company. But look at that. On this metal plow. I mean, it just shows you craftsmanship back in the day versus now, you know. I thought that was a pretty cool detail. I can't make out what this says, really. I'm probably gonna get me a piece of chalk, see if I can make that out. But there's a lot of writing on this side over here. But look at this side back here. Back here it says number 6, 1880. And I'm not sure if that's the date or some type of model number. I'm gonna do some research on these probably later on tonight or this week. I'll go down that rabbit hole, be on the computer for a couple of hours. But that's that piece. I haven't had a chance to look at any markings or numbers on the rake, and I'll probably do that when we get it off. I see some right there, matter of fact. Let's see. Yeah, it's just some numbers, and there go the pigeons. It's crazy, it shows up better on the camera than it does looking at it, but that looks like an R, but this is all maybe 910 R. Maybe that's what that is. I think that's probably what that is. But on this plow, you can see the word Chattanooga here, 55. And back here, it says Chattanooga 5455. And I don't feel anything on the back of this. I don't think there's any writing on the back of this. So definitely gonna look those up, and more likely, I mean, common sense would tell us that was made in Chattanooga, Tennessee. See if I see. You know what? That's what I thought. 912L. So there is a left hand and a right hand wheel on this, and that kind of blows my mind because I would think the wheels were identical. Or either I'm just assuming that this says L, 912L, that says 910R. That's the left hand and right hand. And looking at it and the way the seat sits, that would be left hand and right hand. And I don't know why there would be directional wheels on this thing. I would think you could interchange them. Again, that's just something I'm going to have to dive deep into one evening. I love this stuff. So fascinating. So fascinating. And you know what else blows my mind? This blows my mind, y'all. And that's this. This is old equipment, right? This is old equipment. We know that. Without a doubt, this is old equipment. But think about what farmers use today versus this. Okay? How more advanced everything is. But also think about this. This is old, but it's not that old. Really. I mean, Mr. Freddie, who helped us load this up, used this plow at some point in his early life. They had a mule. He used this plow. Now, look how far this compared to what we're doing today is. And I just blows my mind a little bit. You know, this is old, but in the scheme of things, somebody that's living used this. I mean, and I think about Granddaddy too. Granddaddy, they would have used this. Granddaddy would have used this. This stuff right here. Definitely would have used this. But just look how far it's come in a short period of time. I can't imagine what everything's gonna look like. Say this is 100 years old, 80 years old. 80 years from now. Okay, I'm through. All right, I got the expert out here, and she has no idea what I'm fixing to show her. Zero. Holly.
Holly's the expert.
Holly is the expert. All right, I'm thinking about putting one of those plows right here for decoration.
Uh-huh.
And plant some flowers around it. You think that'd be a good idea?
I do.
So we got the dolly. We're trying to figure out how we're going to. You okay?
Yeah, it came out and out.
Oh my gracious.
We got the dolly.
Oh, got the dolly.
Hey. If you put it on the dolly and you steer the dolly and we put
I
this
think
part
I
on
can
there.
do better just carrying it. All I gotta do is get off the ground to high. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Mm-hmm.
All right, swing your end around. All right. Right there. All right, that is exactly about where I wanted it. Gotta clean my mess up where I cut Rose's back. I'm loving incorporating these old farm antiques into the landscape here. That looks good. I like it a lot. It looks really good. Look how you walk into the garden. You can see it there. It looks good. It looks good. Heck yeah. Perfect.